good friend Leo, Leo Franco, do you remember the other day I was telling you that he's saying that Irish people are toxic and they were being toxic online? Well, I think the Irish people are very much entitled to be very toxic because, you know, we had the politicians go off to the golf gate and didn't give a fuck about the people. We had RT had to do, you know, again, everybody in the government has to do nowadays, regardless of the people, they don't care about that. And now the people who arrest people, like this priest in Motherhole, Father PJ, are really a national hero. He should be a national hero. For standing up and saying, you know, I'm entitled to open the church, I'm entitled to preach my beliefs and religion of the blessing of God, in other words. They tried to arrest him for trying to put him in prison for doing that. And these guards, and this OT got offered. OT, nothing's going to be done with Mary McCalvin or any of them. No way about that, there'll be nothing done. They said they would apologise unreservedly, whatever that means. And Dan the Mixtape done a good video on it. This is how I found out about this Garda having a bit of fun. For a person being promoted, I think. So this is in County Waterford. So promotion of officer, and this is when we won the level 5 restrictions, so a lot more serious. So they had a little gathering, and then apparently 2 guards tested positive afterwards. And you know, the funny thing is here, they say there was no COVID at the party, even though 2 guards tested positive there. And it doesn't make much sense. It's the same with the €9 meal, because they must have all paid €9 meal, and COVID didn't appear. These guards must have didn't pay for it. But again, it's the fact, it's the principle of this. People might say it's just a promotion. You know, people always say that, and you're saying with Golfgate and things like that. I don't know how people could say, you know, it's just a party when the government went on ahead the day before and give us all mandates and saying, not go here, don't go there, don't go here, don't go there, do this, do that, do the other, don't do that. And then they went off and broke every one of them. Same with the RT and the like. At this stage, you know, it's Garda-gate. It's really is Garda-gate. And they really are taking us for a pile of fools, to be honest with you, because they just go ahead, like, again, these are the people who are enforcing these laws, and they went ahead and done it. Like, how much is going on that we don't know about? That's what I'm trying to say. Is the dues going, like, Dáil Éireann's bar is open, don't worry about that, don't worry, they're all getting free drinks and everything you and I have to pay for. But what's happening in Garda headquarters and things like that? Because obviously there's going to be a Christmas party this year, same with Dáil Éireann and Shannon Éireann, don't worry, they won't care less about you and I, what we think. And Leo the other day said we were toxic. We were toxic online, more or less saying we're poisoning the system online. I don't know how people can't be a bit tick with what's happened, because again, the government are doing this themselves, because there'd be nothing done. Like the same with OT, they went ahead and done it, and nothing was done about it. Nobody was fired, nobody was sacked, nothing was done. Basically just, good boys, don't say anything again, shh, be quiet, don't say anything, try and let everybody forget about it. And the same with these girls, nothing be done about it. There'll be nothing done about it. And the same with Golfgate, nothing was done about it, nothing meaningful was done about it. So I would recommend to watch Dan the Mixtape's video on it, and we'll leave a link in the description. But yeah, so one of the few of them tested positive. This was on Friday the 13th of November. You know, it's a great, as I always say, it's a great country. Like, you honest to God, you could laugh at this, you really could laugh. How people just like able to just accept this and say, oh, what can we do? Because it's beyond a joke. Before had like Golfgate, and then you had OT, and then you had Leo Gate, and then you had, like, I honestly could go on. I really could go on, because again, these people high up to a higher standard than you and I, the only public, and because, you know, they're the people who are enforcing and bringing in these laws, and they're breaking the, like, again, if you bring in a law, you're supposed to abide by them. Sure, everybody will agree on that. And if I brought in the law in the morning saying, you know, people should be named and shamed for leaking up and then turned around and threw loads of bags around the country, and then I wasn't named and shamed, you know, then that would be something, that'd be very hypocritical, wouldn't it? Because again, these politicians, I don't know how they can, like, how do they keep themselves out of it? I don't know how. An OT spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. They're working in overdrive, you know, they're working in overdrive trying to protect themselves and their little cronies and feeling the game, feeling form. As I always say, it's a great country. And our taxes is a pain, so, you know, it's like, you know, it's even better again. But you know, what can you say? Really, what can you say? I honestly don't know. I honestly don't. I honestly couldn't tell you what I honestly couldn't find any logic here. I tried my best. And then to think that there were you know, basically when a priest opened up the church, the whole establishment got very tick over that and very upset about it. And then they go ahead and the establishment does whatever they want. And again, he's entitled to, Father PJ was entitled to open the church to the people, as the people pay the, you know, the church is the foundation of the parish, if you may use that. And to threaten the priest to be arrested because he opened the church and said mass to people is something I never thought I would hear in my life, but apparently this is Ireland, and then the guards and the RT and Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael and the judges and bondholders and everybody else can go off and have the Gulf Society, you know, and nothing to be done about it. Nothing to be like the same with Phil Hogan. He was on his phone. We never heard RTE. What about the Labour leader? What happened? He was on his phone, and he was on his phone on the bus with no mask, and he boomed the Man United match. But still, where's his fine? Garda, where's the guards? Where's the state? Where's the judges? Where's the barristers? You think like this should be, you know, it's very plain to see that he broke the law on the bus where he's supposed to wear a mask, and nothing was done about it. Nothing to be done about it. And if you and I done it, we'd be bloody shot. It's just it's a great country. It's honestly like you couldn't make it up. You're really like, honest to God, I honestly don't know what to say. Like, I'm here ranting and waving to myself here. But at the end of the day, I don't know what to say, because again, these politicians are like Leo was saying about how toxic and poison in social media. I don't know why this. I don't know how he can't comprehend that maybe they're the ones who are leading people to be very tick with them and very upset in themselves because of what they're doing. I don't think they've processed that through their minds, have they? Probably not, because I think they only care about money and power. That's all they think about. But anyway, as I always say, it's a great country.